Hi, Matt here, and welcome to today's market analysis. Haven't done a video in a little bit, so I thought it'd be a good time to jump on and talk about a few things. And I usually start out with the crypto total market cap. I drew a channel here just to kind of show how choppy and restrictive price action has been. We're still over 2 trillion market cap, and it's looking okay. I want to get into Bitcoin and Ethereum today, talk about what I'm seeing and how I'm actually navigating the market. One difference between me and maybe some other analysts out there, I trade a hedge fund. I'm here trading. I trade stock market, crypto, forex, futures. So not only do I do analysis, but I'm actually making trades behind it. So I'm going to talk about what is mostly probable and what we can actually see happen. So if I jump over here to Bitcoin, and let me zoom out a little bit. And here we are. And these are the two counts that I have going at the moment. So at the moment we have this move in 2020, end of 2022, early 2023 was an A leg. We had a B move up, and that would be followed by a C leg down. So that target is actually 35,000 to 25,000. I don't think it's going to break this low right here, but I do think it will be somewhere in this vicinity. There's a couple different counts that can play out, but this is one of them. I know there's a lot of videos out there that really hype people up. Let's get long crypto, get long this, get long that, stay long this. And just like how the stock market has a long bias, crypto also has a long bias. There's a lot of funds in the stock market that are long only funds. So they only get long. They don't short anything. Have a long short fund, so I can do both. But some of them only get long. And you do have some funds in crypto that only hold. They hold and they get a yield, or they just hold and keep it in their wallets until it goes up. So you do have that. So this is a total possibility. A WX and a Y, or an ABC of B, followed by that move down, which I'm looking 35,000 to 25, or 35,000 to 20. And I'm going to zoom in and talk about how this can actually go higher, how it can actually go lower. So let me zoom in and expand this a little bit so it's easier to see. And this is the way I would see it. So if it's going lower, this is either a WX and a Y, or an A, a B, and a C. So those are the only two things that could happen. First, let's talk about how this would work if it's going to go higher. So let's move this down here. And this would come up. This would come down. Anywhere between that 58 to 55,000 level. And then you're going to want to see it go higher. And it will go higher as an ABC. So ABC, and there's the top. And then it'll, come down again similar to this. And then another run up. And it would be something like that. And then that would be, this would be a 1 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. And that would be a leading diagonal. Now I've seen people talk about how this is a 1, this is a 2, this is a 3, then you get a 4 and a 5. And that doesn't make sense to me. It's doesn't work as a pattern. It's not congruent. Is it valid as far as the rule set? Yes. But there's an ongoing joke. If you get 10 Elliottians, which are people who are proficient in Elliott Wave, you get 10 Elliottians in a room and give them each the same chart, there's a good chance you could get 10 different counts. Because you're staying within the rule set, you can come up with different things, but then you have to gauge, probability and different things like that. Now this coming up, is it really highly probable that it's going to take off from this being the low and just take off and go to 150,000? that's something that you kind of have to weigh. Right now it is choppy, but it is still holding levels. So this could be hold this low and go higher. And if this leading diagonal does work out, then yeah, you want to get very long and just ride that up, with obviously staying within your risk parameters. So that is how I would see this going up. This would be a 1. Then this would be your A, B, and C, and 3. So A, B, C, and 3. And then 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. But yeah, this would be your A of 3 if this is going to be a third wave. That's how I would see it. If this is going to go lower, there's a couple different ways it could go lower. First of all, I'm looking for a bounce and get some weakness, and this should break that 55K. Ideally, it even breaks that 52,400 level. It would come back up and make another move down, and then it'll chop back up here, probably close to like 59K, something like that. And then you would have another leg down similar to this one, and that would take us into that Y wave, which would be very, very ugly. And that possibly could be like the end of a wave 4. And if I zoom out here, excuse me, you'd want to stay over that 32,000. So could it come down into above 35 and still hold as a wave 4? It would be very ugly, but it would be technically valid. So that's one way. The second way would be very weak. So I would see this come down in this pattern. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but then this would have a little pullback and it would be weaker. And then you would have, this would be like 1, and then you'd have a 3 that would be larger than this and weaker, and then a 4 and a 5, and that should take us somewhere between $35,000 and $20,000, and that would be in that circle C. So that's kind of how I would be viewing this. Just very weak, very ugly, and I would be shorting into it. I know some people like to hold crypto forever and you just want to be long, and that's totally cool. As long as it's within your risk parameters, totally fine. You do you. But yeah, that's how I'm looking at it. I want to go to Ethereum real quick and then we'll end the video. So Ethereum, let me zoom out and show my overall look. So Ethereum, I'm looking at this as an A leg, a B leg, and now a C leg, which will take us anywhere between 1,800 and 800. So that's where Ethereum is most likely headed to. Where are we going to in the short term? It's a great question. Let's see. And I have two different ways of getting there. So I'm looking at the first one as being C ends over here, and now I'm looking at an A, a B, and a C up, which would take us between 33,000 and 3,200, and then from there we can get a further move down. And if this happens, you'll have some other altcoins moving higher, and that'll be nice. The second way is C is here, and this is an A, that's a B, and a C, which actually technically it's a WX and a Y because C is 3 legs, but it is what it is. I wanted to do this on the fly and just move stuff around. It is what it is. But now that this move is so strong, now I kind of want to see the same as Bitcoin. This is either going to come down here, come up, come down again, and that would be your B support, and then that move up between 3,000 and 3,200 in C. That's one way it could go. The other way would it just get very weak. So it would, bounce from somewhere around here and then have a really weak leg that would come down and take out that 2150, 2200, 2150. It would just take that out, then have a 4 and a 5, and then it would continue moving lower. And that's when we get down to like that 1800 to 800 zone. So that's kind of how I'm viewing Ethereum and Bitcoin. It's going to be very, very interesting going forward. There's a lot of news going out there just to confuse people, throw people off. In the US, on the East Coast and the Gulf, the dock workers are on strike, the longshoremen. That's very interesting. The president's not going to do anything about it. That's also an interesting scenario. Reason being, most of the longshoremen are going to vote for Trump, but the union itself has put its support behind Harris, who's the vice president. So Biden's not going to do anything against them, because then that makes the support against Harris weaken. So that's kind of interesting. You have all of the global news, Israel, Iran. You have other stuff that's going to be coming out. It's going to be very, very interesting. So it's going to be quite a hectic October is what I'm thinking. It's going to be a lot of volatility, which, because I like to trade, a lot of fun. So anyway, with that, thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Comment down below if you did. I appreciate it. If you want to come and check out the Discord, you can do that. I like to ask questions. That's how I learn best. I mentioned that we do have a private Discord that I place trades in. If you want to come in and ask questions, that's how you would get started. So if so, I'll see you there. And if not, I appreciate you watching the video. Hopefully you have a fantastic rest of your day. I'll see you around the markets. Take care.